What's up, everybody? I thoroughly enjoyed the ending of NASCAR's doubleheader Circuit of the Americas or COTA on Saturday, depending on how you want. See, I enjoyed it. And I enjoyed the no stage ending cautions, which I've mentioned a bunch of times, because there's this thing called strategy. It's not just everyone either pitting right before or pitting during, depending on if they're full time, regular time, needed stage points, whatever, you know, which is, nice to see. And again, the doubleheader, it gives, the fans more. They're gonna sit out there. It gives them of a show on the day, more exposure to things people might not watch the truck series. They got tech, so they go and show up and they see it in person, and it just gives the fan more, which I thoroughly enjoy. And then it's all done on one day instead of Friday night, then a Saturday afternoon. Then so I like it. I think it's better for the fans and everything overall. So hopefully they keep doing them. I know they have some more scheduled. I like it. But Xfinity Series Pit Boss 250 stages were 14, 16, and 16 for 46 total laps. We had Joey Logano and Brad Keselowski in the booth. And again, another shout out to them for proving that you can actually race clean and respectfully like they did last weekend. That was nice to see them racing each other clean for the lead and not being all stupid because there's been so much goddamn bulldozing. It's not even funny. So good to see them there. But AJ Allmendinger on pole should surprise no one. And Josh Berry damaged right away, which sucked, but AJ won. Hardest parked it. He had issues, caused a caution. Austin Hill was done early with both transmission and engine problems. And, when he's having a hard time getting it in, gear and shifting, that's going to cause more strain on the motor, which is probably what caused, that to go in the long run just because of the over revving, which really sucked because we all know how talented he is on road courses. But, there's more for the year. It's really their first blemish on the season. So, figure out what happened, fix it, carry on would be good. I think they'll be okay. On the restart, we saw a spin with AJ Allmendinger, Eric Almirola, Brendan Jones, and the aid of Josh Berry involved. Brett Moffitt, another one that had issues and stopped on the track to cause a caution with 3 to go in stage 2. They got it restarted for one lap shootout, which is amazing because I figured it was going to be over. They're really good at that. Even with that big of a track, someone stalled. We saw them. I think there's 4 to go, and the last caution came out in the Cup Series race. It takes them 3 years to get around. They're under caution. They still just went straight to a green-white checkered. They couldn't get it cleaned up, so that was good. Custer went, around from 6 on the restart. Sam Mayer went around as well. Sheldon Creed won stage 2 under caution because Custer got stuck in the gravel and needed pulled out. And it was the first stage win, not only of the 2023 season for Sheldon Creed, but of his entire Xfinity Series career. And that kid can race road courses. I mean, look what happened out there in Portland in the rain. Look at the stupid that caused him to not be in there. Like, there was a lot of talent behind that car. I hope he gets to keep showing it. And it was good to see him get there. But sadly, AJ Allmendinger coming back through the field got into and, dumped Sheldon Creed battling for the lead with 14 to go. And, that pretty much ruined his day. And again, it really sucks just because of how good some people were racing with one another. Just to see that happen sucks. But Parker Kligerman, his day ends early while running great transmission issue. So a bad weekend all in all for him, which is electrical, then transmit, just issues across board for Parker, which sucked. He's much better than that. He's been running better than that. So we'll see what happens. But AJ Allmendinger got the win. He mentioned how much he hated getting, Creed getting turned in the battle that they did, and I do believe him. Like, absolutely, he can outrace any of them. So, see, it's one of those things. We'll see, what comes of it in the coming time. But I think it was good. But we got to see good racing up there. AJ Allmendinger first, William Byron second, Ty Gibbs third. The first Xfinity Series regular, Sammy Smith finished fourth, Justin Allgaier fifth, Daniel Hemrick sixth, Sam Mayer seventh, Josh Berry, even with all the issues, got an eighth, Sheldon Creed ninth, Riley Herbst rounded out the top 10, so another good run for Riley. He's, been on a roll since the last couple of races of last year, and I hope it continues. Super talented kid, and I think it's finally clicked in his head, which could be very dangerous, now that he's finally figured it out. Wait till they get, winning cars where they're up there all the time battling for wins, not just top 5s and 10s. And that could be really dangerous because it's finally clicked. And we all wanted it to, instead of him just over pushing it and wrecking things, and he finally figured it out. So great to see that. But Brandon Jones finished 11th. He needed it. Been a tough season so far. I'd be a top 10, but on 11th compared to a lot of the stuff and finishes he's had was good. So hopefully that continues for him and that new team. They needed something. Hopefully this is it. Chandler Smith 12th, Miguel Paludo 13th, Parker Retzlaff 17th, Eric Almirola 24th, Jeffrey Earnhardt 25th, John Hunter Nemechek 27th, Parker Kligerman Sadler got a 31st, Cole Custer 32nd, Brett Moffitt 34th, Austin Hill 37th, and Carson Hocevar in his Xfinity Series debut finished 38th and dead last, which sucks. Lots of talent, but it's just one of those days, man. It really, really was. Like Saturday was attrition. And there might have been wrecks, but a lot of people kept, going on from most of them, but there was a lot of just cars dying, electrical issues, transmission issue, brake issues, power steering issues. Like there's a lot of those as well. And granted, big technical track, lots of power, lots of braking, first one of the season. So they're going to learn from it, but there was a lot of it. Points coming out of it. Austin Hill still first. Riley Herbst second at -15. So he's right in there. John Hunter Nemechek third at -29. And other ones in there. Parker Kligerman's 11th. Custer somehow 12th after having so many. Just weird. Again, 12th, 12th, and 12th before this, bum finish. But he stayed there. Brandon Jones 15th. Brett Moffitt 16th. And again, long Brandon Jones can keep going from here. He can turn it around. It's just been a really rough start with the new team. But I enjoyed the racing. It was nice to see strategy again. Been too long since we really saw any of that, especially on road courses again, because people just pit before the stage end or pit during it, depending on if they were regular, if they needed stage points, if they were only going for a win, like, and it threw a lot of it out there. So hopefully, let they do it in other places, let them keep racing, because you can still give them points and still get hard racing without having to stop it, because that literally takes pretty much all strategy out of the equation, because everyone's just going to pit. And I think that that's a detriment to the sport and the racing as a whole. So hopefully they keep doing that, and it'll get some fans that have been lost back, because they'll take some of the stupidness out of it, which has been a detriment to them. No one can deny that. So only time will tell, but hopefully they do, because I think it'll help turn it around, because I enjoyed seeing there be strategy and all kinds of stuff again, and not just, we all know what's going to happen here, which got really old. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Don't forget it's available on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify for podcasters, iHeartRadio, Audible, Amazon Music, Good Pods, YouTube, Rumble, BitChute. Don't forget you can go on Spotify for podcasters or Anchor, whichever pops up as in the link. Leave a voice message. You could support the show financially to help get the trademark and all kinds of stuff done, so it's not coming out of my pocket. Check the rest of them out. Share the hell out of all of them. It helps to get new eyes on it. It's greatly appreciated, more than you'll ever know. And until we meet again, guys, peace. Bye.